Hello, third grade.
Hello, third grade.
Well, Bingo Bob, do you know what time it is?
I think it's read aloud time.
It is read aloud time, and we are going to read some more from
Little House in the Big Woods. I love this story.
I love this story too. It's fascinating, actually, to learn about life more than a couple hundred years ago.
Yeah, they do some really cool stuff, and it's a little bit different, Miss Stone. I have to say, it's like really, really different.
It is very different, isn't it? So where we last left off, they had made some butter, and it was they had caught a pig, and they were talking all about how they processed the pig. So tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about what they do on the weekends when Pa's home. So he doesn't go to work in an office, but when he's home, it's his time away from work, the work that he does.
Yeah. Let's listen in.
Okay, here we go. So on Saturdays, when Mom made bread, they each had a little piece of dough to make into a little loaf. They might have a bit of cookie dough, too.
I love cookies.
Me too. And once Laura even made a pie in her little patty pan.
Fun.
After the day's work was done, Ma sometimes cut paper dolls for them.
What's a paper doll?
Well, that's a really good question, Bob. We'll have to make some sometime, but it's really literally dolls made out of paper, and they kind of are strung along in a line.
Oh, interesting.
She cut the dolls out of stiff white paper and drew the faces with a pencil. Then, from bits of colored paper, she cut dresses and hats, ribbons and laces, so that Laura and Mary could dress their dolls beautifully.
Oh, that's kind of cool, Mrs. Stone. Yeah.
I know the girls used to have like paper dolls, and it's really common nowadays that you can buy like a book of paper dolls and just put like paper clothing on them, but they would make their own.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of cool. But the best time of all was at night when Pa came home. He could come in from his tramping around in the big woods through snow with tiny icicles hanging on the ends of his mustache.
Ooh, that sounds really cold.
That sounds really cold. We're getting there, aren't we? He would hang his gun on the wall over the door, throw off his fur cap and coat and mittens, and call, "Where's my little half pint of sweet cider?" And that was his name for little Laura.
Oh.
Because she was so small, Laura and Mary would run to climb on his knee and sit there while he warmed himself by the fire. Then he would put on his coat and cap and mittens again and go out to do the chores and bring in plenty of wood for the fire. Sometimes when Pa had walked his trap lines quickly because the traps were empty, or when he had got some game sooner than usual, he would come home early.
Oh, that would be fun.
Then he would have time to play with Laura and Mary.
Oh, I bet they love that. What they do?
Well, one game that they loved was called Mad Dog.
Mad Dog? That doesn't sound very fun.
Well, let's find out. Pa would run his fingers through his thick brown hair and stand it up on end. Then he would drop down on all fours. Ooh. And he would growl, and he would chase them all around the room, trying to get them cornered where they couldn't get away.
Oh, that's a little scary.
They were quick at dodging and running, but once he caught them against the woodbox behind the stove, and they couldn't get past Pa. There was no way out. Ooh. Then Pa growled so terribly, his hair was so wild, and his eyes were so fierce that it all seemed real, and Mary was so frightened that she could not move. But as Pa came nearer, Laura screamed, "Ah!" And with a wild leap and a scramble, she went over the woodbox, dragging Mary with her. Oops.
Well, that might have hurt.
I think it did. And at once there was no Mad Dog at all. There was only Pa, standing there with his blue eyes shining and looking at Laura. "Well," he said to her, "you're only a little half pint of cider half drunk up, but by jinxies, you're as strong as a little French horse." What's that mean? I don't know. "You shouldn't frighten the children so, Charles," Ma would say. "Look how big their eyes are."
Yeah, they look a little scared.
See? There's Pa.
There he is. Oh, there he is. He's right there. He's down on all fours, and oh, look, he looks terrifying.
Sure does.
Look, Laura and Mary look really scared. But I bet they ask for more, though, Miss Stone.
They do, so they must really enjoy it. And then he would sing a Yankee Doodle song. Yankee Doodle went to town, Yankee Doodle dandy. So he'd sing and they'd have fun and play these games. And Pa would keep time with his foot. And Mary and Laura would be giggling and laughing. And they'd all be singing all away. All alone in the wild big woods with the snow and the cold in the little log house, all warm and snug and cozy. Pa and Mary and Laura and baby Carrie, all comfortable and happy, especially at night. Aw, that sounds kind of nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, that sounds really nice, Miss Stone.
Well, third grade friends, we are going to pause there for tonight, and we will pick up in that part of the story next time.
Oh, I want you to keep reading. Keep reading.
I know you do, but we'll come back to it soon. I only have so much time, so here we go. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.